Welcome to Fox News, Channel 16. Here we have our head reporter, Tyler Williams.
Okay, guys, there's much interest in Mars as a potential second home for humans, and many probes and rovers sent to Mars to take samples of the environmental conditions to analyze the quality to see if it's possible for humans to one day live there. They've looked at things such as evidence of water and quality, among other characteristics. Mark Watney, a botanist on his team, was inadvertently left behind and is now trying to survive on planet Mars by growing plants in a greenhouse. Head scientist Hall and her assistant botanists, Rebecca and Abby, are heading to Mars to help them. Here's their story.
Hello, my name is Abby Statman, and I'm the assistant botanist for Ha Kim, or head scientist Ha Kim. So in order for plants to live, in order for the plants on Mars to live, they need sunlight, water, and CO2. And sunlight, water, and CO2 are the reactants to photosynthesis. And photosynthesis is the way plants eat and get energy. So sunlight will hit the electrons in the plant, making them excited, and then the excited electrons will create ATP and NADPH, which is then used to make glucose. The glucose is then carried by the xylem and phloem throughout the plant. This all occurs in the chloroplast. And then you have cellular respiration. And the reactants to photosynthesis are the products of cellular respiration, and vice versa. So there are three types of ways to get energy from the cellular respiration. You have the glycolysis method, and it's when it breaks down glucose into smaller sugars, creating 2-ADP, which is energy. And then you have the Krebs cycle, which takes the broken down sugars and makes them even smaller to create CO2. And then they store the energy in NADH and FADH2. Then you have the electron transport chain, which all happens in the mitochondria, and it takes the energy stored and it converts it to a hydrogen ion, which is then passed along the electron chain. And then at the end of the chain, the electrons combine with the hydrogen ion to form H2O. And the enzymes help speed up the process of photosynthesis and cellular respiration.
My name is Hawkins, which is head scientist. When I arrived, Mark and the planets was dying. I believe this because of the lack of the sunlight, and oxygen. We need to amplify suns to increase photosynthesis. To increase production of oxygen, this helps cellular respiration to occur, which will help keep Mark alive.
I'm the assistant botanist, Rebecca. I believe that we can use a magnifying glass-like instrument to increase the amount of sunlight, which would then increase the amount of photosynthesis which would occur. We can also use a better plastic to trap the amount of CO2 and oxygen and sunlight used. Creating a better greenhouse with this plastic will help plants to survive, which will then help photosynthesis to occur and will create oxygen for Mark to use in cellular respiration. We hope that this will help Mark to survive and future generations to survive on Mars.